Okay, welcome back everyone. In this lecture, I'm going to discuss about printf in detail. We have already know what actually printf. In this earlier lecture, we have came across many times with the printf that it is used for output purpose only. But apart from that output purpose, we know what is printf. Printf we normally called it as a uh, formatted output function. But it is called formatted output function. This is the most important term related to the printf, formatted output function. Okay, so if you just look at my GDB compiler here, this is the online platform that GDB compiler that we can write C code as well and compilation purpose. Here, suppose if I write a simple printf statement and just I want to print one message, hello everyone. Okay, so see, if you look at carefully that this printf function over here, I have not put any formatting to print this line hello everyone. I simply just pass this message inside the printf as an argument. Okay, put inside double quotes. So how this actually printf works? So let's understand this how this printf is actually works in C programming environment. When you write this printf function for output purpose, the first argument is always called a formatted string. Formatted string. So if you talk about string represents in C programming in between the double quotes. So here it is the double quotes, here it is another double. So whatever you put in between this double quote as a first argument to the printf function, it will be considered as a formatted string. So means printf is what? Printf is not only about the producing the output or printing display the output. It means a formatted output. The way you want to format, the same way printf going to be print to fulfill your requirement. So the very first and most basic important part of the printf is that put whatever output you want to do inside this double quotes. This is called start of string marker, and the second double quote is called end of string marker. Means you have marked that this is the start of the string. H will be considered as my start of string because it is the next character started after the double quotes, and E will be the last character belongs to the string because after E there is another double quote which represents end of string. So if simply just I ever execute this code, okay, if I just execute this code, what we'll get? There is some issue in this code. Okay, a spelling mistake. Let me just add it over here. Printf. Printf. Now it is correct. Okay, so now just if I run this code, you see there is not much in the output. The thing I want to print, it just simply get printed. Printf can has many things. Printf supports some special characters to formatting your output. So let me show you here. Suppose here this hello you have and everyone, these two words you have printed in one line, but you have want to print into two different lines using one printf statement. So what you can do, you can introduce in between these two words a new line character. What is this backslash n? Try to understand this meaning here. This is what here I put a backslash n. So suppose if I write only n, here you can see there is only one n is there in the word everyone. Okay, there is a means see when you just put there's some mistake in the printf statement. Just a minute. I want to put this backslash n in between these two. Okay, now fine. So now see there is another n in this output or in this printf string that I put over here. This n. Okay, mark as a red color. But this n, when I put an n after this backslash inside a printf, it is considered as an escape sequence character. What it is called? Escape There are many escape sequence characters are there. We'll see them later. Escape sequence character. So what is the purpose of it? It will be called as new line character. New line character. Okay, new line character means first it will print this first word hello, and the next output, the next word, everyone, will be shifted to the next line into console. Let's see this. Done. Now here you can see hello is printed first, and due to this \n, okay, due to this \n, what happened? Okay, due to this \n, the console has been shifted to the next line, the output console. Okay, from here, shifted to the next line, and then everyone get printed to the next. So that's why it is called new line character. Whenever you're going to use it, you can use it before the start of string. You can also use it at the end of string. You can also use it in between a string. So whenever compiler encounters this \n, it will be create a new line to the console so that the next printf output can print it to the next line. Okay. So here I have used \n in between the string. So let me show you an example. What you can do with this \n mode. Now suppose that I have closed this string here, and I just want to make it another printf. Now see, what I did, I just break down the output into two different printf statements. Now I am removing this \n from the first printf. Let's see how it is going to be print. Okay, semicolon is missing, end of statement is missing. Now run this. Yeah, now see, hello is printed, but everyone, we are expecting that it should be printed into the next line, but instead of the next line, it printed in the same line. Why? Because here I have not used any \n. So if I did not use any \n, what will happen? Printf will consider all the output in one line. Now see, I have put a \n over here. So what will happen now? After printing hello, everyone will be shifted to the next line. There it is. See, everyone shifted to the next line. So whenever a compiler encounters this \n, it will be considered as a new line character. Okay, new line character. Fine. Okay. So I hope you understand this. Fine. So now let's see. There are more such escape sequence exist in C programming. Let us see one by one. Consider this presentation over here in the whiteboard. We have used this one only, \n, new line character. We can also use this \t. Okay, let's see. This is a tab called tab horizontal space. It will create horizontal space. So let us see how \t is works. So now instead of \n, I am using a \t. Okay, so it will give you the horizontal space in the same line. Some space will be created by default space. I think 3 character or 4 characters depend on your system. So then everyone get printed. Let's see this. Now see there is quite a gap between hello and everyone. There is not only one character gap. There is, I think, more than one character gap. So let me show you another one here. Hello, everyone. Okay, fine. And now I'm using a \n before this hello. As I told you, \n we can use before the string, between the words of a string, between the characters of a string, or the end of the string in printf. Okay, so now let's run this. Now see, here you can see everyone get printed for the first two printf also, and with the third printf also. But the first and two printf, the hello, between the space between hello and everyone is little bit larger than the space that appeared in the second line output of hello. Okay, I hope you understand now what is the purpose of T and what is the purpose of \n and \t. Let's see. There are a couple of more escape sequence we have. The next one we're going to see here, \a. Okay, \a. So let's see what this \a will do. We have covered these two things already. Now let's see \a. What it is mentioned? Bell, alert. So what it will do, when a \a encounters in printf, it will just ring a bell. Okay, from the motherboard, there is a audio hardware is there. So it's going to be ring the bell, okay, through the motherboard. Let me show you this. So see, I'm going to use a backslash a after this hello everyone, so that you can hear this voice. Backslash a. I have using the full volume of the laptop. Let's see how much volume I can generate. So I'm using all about here printf. Okay, let's run this now. Okay, so let me use more backslash a over here. A bell will ring over here. Save and run. Okay, try this in your laptop. You'll be definitely going to hear a voice over here. Okay, fine. Okay, let's proceed with the next. Next, what we have? We have backslash b. What is the purpose of this backslash b? It will be considered as a backspace. Okay, if you put backslash b between two words, and if there is a space exists between these two words, something like this. Here, I'm going to write an example. Suppose you are printing this ABC, and there is a space, and again ABC. So if you put backslash b here, the space will be removed. Okay, the space will be removed from printf. So here it is, an example for you. Printf backslash n backspace. Okay, now see there is a space. I put a space intentionally between back and space, and now I'm using here backslash b. Okay, so now give a semicolon and run this code. Now see, although there is a space between back and space word, there is a space. Yeah, there is a space. You can see there is a space. This space has been deleted by this backslash b, and these two words, space and back, they are printed together. Okay, you can do this for previous outputs also. So let us put a backslash b over here as well. Now run this code. Now see, hello everyone, no space between hello everyone, although there is a space. Okay, so this is the purpose of another escape sequence backslash b. This is also completed. Done. This is also covered. And we have used backslash and backslash t. Let us see backslash r. What is the purpose of backslash r? Carriage return. Okay, carriage return. So let me show you with an example what is the meaning of this carriage return. So I hope you have understood this backslash t, a, and everything. So I'm just going to delete them so that my file can be kept simple. Printf hello. Okay, and I'm using another printf. Now here I'm using backslash r, and now use right here every everyone. So see what it will do here. Run. Okay, again I did this mistake. Pri run. Okay, see where is hello? Hello is totally gone. Then what is the meaning of this carriage return? Hello is not there. Hello is gone. Where is hello? No hello. But this printf, why this printf is not executed? This printf is executed. Let me tell you what it is happening here. First it prints hello, okay, into the screen. Hello. Carriage return, backslash n, do what? Shifted to the cursor to the next line. Next line. Okay. And backslash r will do what? Shifted to the cursor with the previous line. Previous line. Okay, at front of the previous line. So after printing this hello, now my cursor is here. So now what you are printing, you want to print now everyone. How many characters are there? It is more than hello, correct? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 characters. And how many characters we are there in hello? 5 characters. So what will happen? This is the things will happen. It will be totally removed all the 5 characters. Okay, done, and everyone get printed. Let's try with the large word in a first printf and small word in a second printf so that you can understand this. Okay, let us change here. Now I'm shifting to the everyone here, and I'm going to shift it to the hello here. Save. Now run. Now see what happened. Hello is printed, but in from everyone, every is gone, only one is there. So how compiler is producing the output with \r over here? See, at first, if I draw here a space of 7 characters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, everyone. Let's put everyone. EVERY ONE, another one, everyone. So this is the job of first printf. It is doing it perfectly without any issue. Now what you did, you use the \r into the second printf. So now what \r will do? Now \r is pointing here. Okay, pointing here. Now hello get printed. What hello will do? H will be placed in place of E will be placed in place of V, L will be placed in place of E, another L will be placed in place of R, and another O will be placed in place of Y. So then what it's going to print? It's going to print hello one. Okay, so you can say it's just a reverse of \n. Easiest way to remember, reverse of \n. Okay, so I hope you understand what is this carriage return is doing over. Okay, so we have covered this carriage return as well. As of now, this form feed \f and your vertical tab, they are not going to be used anymore as of now. So I'm not going to be able to show the demonstration of it. But for just of knowledge, if you want to use \f over here, it will be considered as form feed, and \b is a vertical tab. We saw the horizontal tab using /t, \t. For vertical tab, you can use this \b. So if I use this \b, even there will not going to be find anything into the console. Okay, so this is all about this escape sequence. Let's see more with the escape sequence here. Now we're going to see the more use of this \character, more use of \character. Okay, so now let's see how to print the special characters. Those have a separate meaning in C program. Okay, now I want to print a \. Okay, let me show you. Printf. Okay, I want to print a \. So if I put a \/ over here, will it work? Let me show you. Will it work? Run. See, I get in a warning, so many errors. Okay, it is saying that missing terminating. The compiler is not able to understanding what you want to do. So it's picked everything is error. But I want to print a \. Why printf is not printing a \? Because you know now \/ is working as a special character which is used to change the meaning of the next character that is appear. \n, \a, \t, \r. Okay. So now if you want to use a \, what you need to do? Use another \. So now what compiler will consider here, most importantly, what compiler will consider here, compiler will tell the compiler, this \n will tell the compiler that print the next character as it is. Print the next character as it is. Do not consider it as a separate meaning. So now if I execute the code, you will definitely see a \n into the console. Here you can see \n into the console get printed. Okay, this is the specialty of \n. Now next, now suppose that you want to print a string. How? You want to print a string in something like this. I want, suppose it should print with double quotes. I want an output should print in double quotes. Okay, I want this hello. There is a comma and then everyone. Okay, I want to print output exactly like this. along with the double quotes. Okay, but now see what will happen. Your printf statement is already has a double quote because it needs a string over here. Hello is also string, everyone is also string. So if you put another double quote here, your compiler will consider, you know what? The compiler will consider it is end of string marker. Then whatever next you have put, it will not going to be considered. End of string marker. Okay, so what compiler will do? Printf, if you write it, double quote, again double quote, now you are writing hello. Okay, now see another double quote. So what do you want? You want to print hello in this format with the quotes. But I hope you remember that few minutes back I have told you that the syntax of printf, it should come in a double quote. So it will be considered as what? Start of string marker, end of string marker. So now it will be considered as a start and it will be considered as an end. But actually this is not the end. This is the end. So what you can do, you can use this mechanism here with the backslash. Let me show you here. There it is. Let's put the double quote. Okay. Now backslash. You want double quotes, another quote, backslash. And in between write hello. Then you want to print comma. So give a comma. For comma, we don't require any backslash and backslash character because it doesn't add any extra meaning over here. And then I want to print another double quote for everyone. So now see everyone. Now save this, run this. Now see how it is get printed. The way you want, the same way it's going to be printed. If I remove any of the backslash from here, well, let's see what is happening. See, error. It's saying the error. It is saying zero length printf formatted string. There is nothing inside this double quote. So it's considered zero length formatted string inside printf. We get an error. Okay. So similarly, you can also print the single quotes as well. Okay, here you can see. Similarly, you can also print the single quote, backslash single quote. You can also print a percentage sign. Okay, suppose you want to print something like this. Just erase. Okay. What you want to print? Suppose you want to print something like this. Printf percentage d equal to integer. So you have to print this percentage symbol along with this d. Okay, so let's see how we can do this. We'll use this backslash concept. Printf backslash percentage d equal to int. Run. Now some issue for this d over here. So let us use a backslash in front of it. Now run. Okay, it's not working. Let me just show this. Okay, now you can see here, although I get a warning over here, but I get the output as well. Percentage d get printed, okay, equal to integer. Normally, why it is giving me our error over here? You know why? Because you know percentage d is a format specifier that we normally use to print an integer number. Okay, so using backslash in front of d, it hardly make any sense over here. I'm using this simple this backslash. Okay, so if I now run, it's compiling might be the issue in server. So let me just copy the code and refresh the page. Yes, it is coming. You can see there is expecting some variable we need to pass in printf, so it is missing. So you get a warning over here. How to print this? So what you can do, just use here another percentage symbol in front of percentage. So now percentage will be considered as a character and d is also going to be. Now you can see. Okay, percentage d get printed n equal to integer. So if you want to print all such format specifier, suppose you want to print now printf, the format specifier for float number is %f. So let's use a %f, and you can make a program. So use a \n. Do not forget to use \n. Now see, %f is for float. You are informing someone. You can use more such things. Printf. You can design a code. Okay, %u is for unsigned integer. Unsigned integer. Okay. Then we're going to use another format specifier such as printf %hu. Hu is for short unsigned integer. Short unsigned integer. Similarly, you can use let's put a \n. Let's put a \n. Yeah. Now you can also do this with other format specifier as well. %hi normally we used for short signed integer. Okay, so these are the format specifier that we normally prefer. There are many such format specifier. We'll see very shortly them. Short signed integer. Okay. Fine. So this is the way you can design a small program so that you can inform someone what are the format specifier that we can use and how that can be useful. Okay, using percentage symbol, you can print the percentage sign over here. Okay. So now let's see format specifier with examples. Suppose I have an integer variable with value 90. How to print this 90? We need to use a format specifier %d. And now let's print the value of a. Okay. So if you want to print a over here, you can do this a equal to %d. So what is the meaning of this %d? %d is a format specifier that we normally prefer to print an integer number. So what is a? A is declared as integer line number 5. So this %d is referring the value of a. What is the value of a? Value of a is 90. 90 is an integer. So that's why we are informing the compiler that I want to print the 90 as an integer. Okay. So now let's declare more variables over here. Unsigned short integer, suppose u equal to 90. Only positive numbers are possible. So here I put a positive number. So now further you can check, see what will happen. Here, suppose I have given a number over here. See, signed short integer s equal to -9. I want to print this minus number, negative number. But here, let's see what is happening. If I use here s with %d, there will be no issue because %d is integer, and if you remember, the range of integer can cover this signed number as well. So if I now run this program, there is no issue. I get the value -9 because I am printing s here, so it should be s. Yeah, there is no issue for that. Now let me show you. Suppose instead of %d, you were using %u for s. What will happen? S equal to %u. Okay, and then a \n and use a s over here. Now run. Now see what happened. You want to print a negative number, but it's going to be converted to positive number. Why? Because I have used %u. %u means unsigned numbers. Positive by default, all the numbers are positive. If I did not place a sign before the value, so it is converted to the positive number. So similarly, if I use a format specifier here as %hu, hu means unsigned short integer, but s is short integer signed. So it's not going to be print -9. Look at it. See, it prints me a positive number. It prints me a positive number here because negative number cannot be printed with this format specifier. If you want to print this negative number, what you need to do? Use this format specifier. Printf s equal to percentage hi. Now hi means the negative number as well as positive number. Now run. Now see, we get the -9 exactly with percentage d. We get the -9 exactly with percentage hi. But if I use percentage hu, it is only possible to print the positive number on. Okay, so now let me change the s to u. U is declared as a positive number, you can see, and I'm going to change this s to u. See, now see, I get the perfect number for u equal to 90. It get printed. On the other side, s is -9, so using percentage d, I get the -9. But I want the exact format specifier for the short integer, signed short integer. So in the third line, line number 10, I'm using percentage hi to print a signed short integer without any loss of information. Got it? So these are the format specifier that you can use according to the data type, especially for the integer. Let's see the other format specifier with floating point numbers. So now I'm declaring a float f equal to suppose 23.45. Correct? Okay. So which format specifier that we can use to print this float number? Percentage f. So where I am writing f equal to percentage f, and I'm going to print the value of f. Let's see what is happening. So when you use f, I get the exact number, but look at carefully in the output. It is not only 23.45, I get 23.45 with some extra information. Extra information is here, you can see. This part is extra. Okay, why you know? Because float data type supports up to 6th decimal place. 6th decimal place. So that's why whenever you're going to print a number using the percentage f format specifier, we'll get an output with the up to 6th decimal point. Although I have used only 2 decimal point, after this decimal point there is 2 digits, only 4 and 5. But this is the nature of percentage f. It's going to print always up to 6 decimal point. Even though suppose I don't have any number after the decimal point, but f is declared as float, it will print here 23.60. 23.60. Okay. Similarly, we can use a couple of more format specifier we have with the floating point number. Can use percentage g as well. Percentage g, and let us put f over here. Now run. See, now in that case, I get the general form using percentage g. I did not get the extra decimal points. Now suppose that if I add the decimal point 34, and then if I run, now see, percentage g give me the in general form that normally we used in mathematics during the writing. Okay, in general form, not in the scientific version, in general form. So it will not going to print up to 6 decimal place. It's going to print up to the decimal points that you have. Now suppose that if I cross more than 6 decimal place, okay, here I'm going to update the value. Sorry. Yes. If you now count here, see there will be more than 6 decimal points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 decimal points. Now run the code. Let's see what is happening. Okay. So now see what is happening. Your percentage f only give up to 6 decimal place, but although I have 5, 7, 8, so 8 is truncated to 9 here. Okay, the 7 is going to be add with okay, it is incremented here. 3, 4, 9, 4, 5, 9. 3, 4, 9, 4, 5, 9 get printed. Okay, just truncated the value. But on the other side, see what percentage g is printed. Percentage g is printed up to the 4 decimal place. Okay, so now let's work with more. If you want more decimal point, what we prefer? We prefer double floating point. Double t equal to, now suppose we have 0.0000009012. Okay, more than what we have, more than 6. Okay, double supports more than up to 12 decimal point. So now if I use here, you can see if I use percentage g with d, and if I change now here Name of the variable is D here. Now run the code. Now see, it prints me in the scientific format in the exponential form. Because it's more than the very small number, which converted into the exponential form. We'll get the similar output with D using another format specifier that we can normally use, %e. So here it is, you can see. Printf D equal to %e. Okay, use a backslash n, now D. Backslash n purpose is only just shift the output into next line. There is no other purpose. Run. Now see. So percentage is doing what? When the number is very small, it converts the number into exponential form in a general form or exponential form. Percentage E is also going to be print the number in exponential form, but in more detailing way, more broader range. Okay, so now let's see what are the format specifier that we can use for actually for the double number. We are using this %lf for the double. Here it is. Printf %lf. Okay, and now let us use D. %lf is the format specifier for the double data type. We get the very small number within this range only up to 6 decimal place. Okay, now we get it will print only 6 decimal place. There is a mechanism in C programming, we called it precision. Okay, you want to print up to the suppose more than 6 decimal place. You want to print up to 10th decimal point. So what you can do here before %lf, you can use a precision value 0.10. Okay, now let's run this. Now see, I get up to the 10th decimal place, the second line, the second printer. How many that we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. So exactly I get the 10th decimal point, that number you have. Okay, so see how this printf is work here. This video will be a little bit larger, so invest some time. Okay, do not skip that video in between. I'm going to cover the whole details about the printf in this single video. So you need at least half an hour, might be more than half an hour. Okay, so now let's see this, how it is working. See this printf statement here. So not this one. Sorry. The next one. Here, this one. I have written percentage. Okay, 0.10 LF. Okay, what is this LF? Format specifier for double data type. Okay, what is this 10? It tells the compiler the size of precision. The size of precision is 10, means after decimal point. After decimal point. So here you can see this is my decimal point. After decimal point, 10 numbers get printed. If you reduce the precision value, it will behave according to the precision value. Suppose I am reducing to 1. Okay, now run. Now look at the second number in the output. Only 1, 0 after decimal. Because I have tell the compiler only 1 is the size for the precision. Length is 1. So only 1 digit you have get it here. If you change it to 5, it will give the 5 digits after the decimal point. Okay, number is not truncated yet. We have the first 5 zeros. Okay, so this is the various format specifier that you can use along with the precision in to print the format number in float, double, in general form using %g, or in exponential form using %e. So if you ask me what is the format specifier for long double, suppose LD, it is up to suppose 20 decimal point. So I'm going to use another format specifier for that percentage. Now I want to print up to 12 decimal point. Now format specifier will be uppercase L, lowercase f. Okay, and use the D over it. Run. Okay. That format specifier is not supported. Sorry, the number is LD. It is not LD. The double, long double. Now run. Now see, I get up to 12 decimal point. There is no issue. I'm using the format specifier %L. Okay, so if you did not use the precision, what will happen? It might be your double variable or long double variable or foot variable. Okay, whatever the type of data, if you use only %F or %LD or %LD, it will print up to 6 decimal point, up to 6 decimal place. If you want to print a number, very small number, beyond the 6 decimal place, so my suggestion for you, incorporate the precision value along with this format specifier, these 3 format specifier, according to the data, to get the exact result. Correct? So now here we have used a precision with the floating point number. Can we use something like that with the integer numbers as well? Okay, so let me show you here. Now we're going to discuss about the width, field width. So let's see. Format specifier is already covered. There are a couple of more format specifier that we can use. %O, you can use a number, print a number in octal format. Okay, you can use a %X, okay, to print a number in hexadecimal format, base 16, and this is the base 8. So let me show this thing. %D means base 10 decimal number. Okay, there is no format specifier exists to print the number in binary. Okay, there is no format specifier, direct format specifier. So let's see how this two format specifier work, %O and %U. So let me just erase. So let's just modify the code now. Couple of more format specifier that we have. So now let's declare an integer number here, 15. Okay. So now let's print it into the octal as well as decimal, octal, in hexadecimal. Okay, I'm passing always num. Run. See, 15 is F in hexadecimal, 15 is 17 in octal, and 15 is 15 in decimal. So you get the output into 3 different number system. You can use %O for octal number system and %X for hexadecimal number system. Okay, so let's proceed with the other part of the lecture. Now I'm going to introduce width. Okay, width with the printf. Width. What is this? Okay, let's see this example so that you can understand. See this printf. Consider before this printf is written. What it is written? Printf %5D. Okay, and here I give a 0, semicolon. Printf. Okay, what is this? This is called width of the output window. Width, size. What is the size that you have decided? Width. Here width equal to 5. That means in output window, 5 character space is reserved for you. 5 character space is reserved for you. But what you want to print? You want to print 0 only. 0. So where 0 will be placed? 0 will be placed at last. And what about the others? Others will be printed with a space. Space. Okay, no such symbol going to be printed in your console. Just there is a space. So I'm going to use this symbol to telling you about the space. Okay, so let me show you here into the console so that you can understand about this width. Okay, so let's go with this. Num is value 0, and I'm removing this extra format specifiers. Yes, so now I want make it 5D. So how many space are reserved for output? 5 character space. What is num? Num is 0. How many characters are there according to the output? 0 is a single character. Fine. Although 0 is a number, but careful, when you're going to print the things into the console, it will be considered as a character. So you're just going to see whatever you're going to put over. Now run. Now let's see the output carefully. look at the position of 0 into the console. It is not exactly in the left hand side. It is shifted towards right. Why? Because you reserved 5 space. So there are a number of characters that you are printing only 1. Remaining 4 character filled with 0. Now let me show you another example. Now suppose I want to print 23. There are how many characters? 2 characters. One is 2, another is 3. Correct. So now how many space are reserved? 5 space are reserved. Then how many space you are filling? 2 space. One with 2, one with 3. How many will remaining? 3 will remain. So how many space will be there? 3 spaces will be there. You can see. Okay. So let me use 0 also here so that you can understand the difference. Percentage 5t \n and 0. Done. Now see 0, where is 0 and where is 20? Okay. So similarly, you can practice with more such numbers. Let me use a 3-digit number. Printf percentage 5t, okay, \n, and here I'm using 1 2 3. Okay. Now use a 4-digit number. Use a 5-digit number. Sorry. That's good. So now make it 4 digits and make it 5 digits. Okay. Yes. Now use a 6-digit number. So now let's see what is happening. Run. Now see the output. Now see the output. First one we have how many for all printf. What is the size we have decided? 5 is the width. Okay, 5 characters are reserved for everything. So for first one, first 4 is space and then 0. For the second one, 3 are space and the number get printed. For the third one, 2 are space and then number is printed. For the fourth one, 1 is space and others numbers are printed. And for the fifth one, you have reserved 5 spaces and there is already 5 characters. So there is no space. All are filled with number. And look at the sixth output. There are 6 numbers. So now here number of characters into the console is greater than the value of width. Here number of character is 6 and value is width is 5. So what will happen? It will print as usual. It will print as usual. Okay, means it will print like a normal printer. Normal printer. Got it? Did you understand the width? So practice more with the integer number to understand this width concept. We can use this width along with the precision. So let me show you width with the precision. Let's remove them. Now I want width with precision. So let's have some fractional number. Float f equal to 2.30. This. Okay, this number we have. A fractional number. So let's see the precision and let's see what width as well. Okay, so see the printf statement. Printf percentage width. I want to print up to 4 characters only. So 4. Okay. Out of 4, how many precision you want? I want 1 precision. Okay, 1 precision. And format specifier is F, and this is that. Now see, how many character space you have reserved here? Let me just run the code. Okay, let me explain this so that you can understand. Okay, you have reserved how many? 4 characters. This is what? This is W. And this is P. Okay, so what is the value of W? Means width 4, and what is the value of precision? Precision is 1. Okay, so in total is 4. So let's first reserve 4 characters. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, after decimal point, how many digits you want? Only 1. Okay, so let's put the decimal point here, and this is the number we have. After decimal point, I want only 1 digits for 1 character. This is. And what is the total size? Total size is 4. So before decimal point, how many numbers we have? Only 1. So let's put it 1. Do this here. And still 1 space is left. So it will be filled with space. It is filled with space. Okay. So now let's use another example over here. Now suppose I am increasing the precision value to 2. Width is 4. Decimal point. Precision is 2. F backslash n and F. Now run the code. Now see how this works. Okay. First of all, the size is 4 is reserved. So how many that we have? In before decimal point, integer part is 2. That means only one character. Okay. And then there is a decimal point, second character, correct? Decimal point. And there is only the value of precision is 1. Here you can see value of precision is 1. So the first character after decimal point get printed. So out of 4, I have already printed 3. So how many left? 1. So 1 will be considered as space. Next, again, size is 4. Now what I am printing? I am printing up after decimal point. How many numbers I want? 2. So 0.34 get printed. Okay, 0.34 get printed. Fine. And then decimal point and the number integer part is 2. Okay, so how many we have printed? We have printed already 4. Yes, decimal point is also character, correct? So we are printing 4 and 4 is the size of the window. So how many space? 0 space. So that's why here you can see there is no space, but previous one there is a single space. So this is the way your is working width and precision, even though you can make precision 0. So let me show you. Precision can be 0 also. Printf percentage 4.0 F backslash n, sorry. Okay. Backslash n and then use F over. Now see. No precision. Now see. There is no precision. Correct? There is no precision. But what is the size of window? Size of window is 4. Okay, size of window is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Window is no precision, means no decimal point as well. So 2 is directly shifted to the last character. And how many space? 3 space. If precision value is 0, then decimal point is also not going to be printed. Okay. Now let's see another printf statement. I'm going to ignore the precision value, but I want to print the decimal point. And to print the decimal point, see, next one, percentage 4 decimal point F. So there is no precision here. Save and run. Okay, so same thing is happening. Same thing is happening. So writing percentage 4 point or writing the precision as 0, it hardly make any change over here. Okay, got it. So now let's see what left here. Read this one. We have covered all of this. Similarly, you can print the negative number. So when you print the negative number, negative 7, and look at the value of width. Width is 5 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this minus is also considered as a character. Then 7 get printed. And how many space will be there? 3 spaces. Okay, this is the outcome of this. Okay, so now let's see the next statement, whatever I've written here. We can also pass the value of the width while printing printf. Earlier, what we did, we directly passed the width, percentage WD. Earlier, we are following this format. Percentage WD. W means width. So directly we pass the width value. So instead of that, now suppose you are thinking, so can I pass the value as an argument for the width? Yes, we can do. How? So let's see the company. Let's declare an integer. Number is 90. Okay, so now printf. Okay, now printf. Now use here first percentage and then asterisk and then D So now when you put the asterisk before D, compiler expect that you pass the value for width as well. So let's pass the value for width is first 5 and the variable that I want to print now. Now run this. Now how it is works? Let me telling you here how it is works. First of all, this asterisk means what? Asterisk represents value of the width. Okay. So the first parameter, so the second parameter of the printf will be considered the value of width. The second parameter of printf will be considered as the value for width. So what compiler will do? Compiler will replace this asterisk with the value 5. So now what is the value of W? 5. 5 characters. Okay, so let us try with some input. So what it will print? It will print 90 and there will be 3 space. So instead of hard coding the value of width along with the %d, you can place it, pass it as an argument as well. Okay, now what is 5 here? 5 is equal to W. So how to represent the W? Represent the W through asterisk. Okay, so let's see, can we take input for the width from the user? Let us try this. Width. Okay, so I'm taking input here. Enter the value of width. I'm taking input. Okay, done. So now instead of 5, I am passing here width. Let's see it is working or not. Save and run. Okay, waiting for the width. I enter 8. Now see the output. Okay, so we can take input from the user for the value of width. So that's why you know your printf is called formatted output function. You can format the output according to your requirement. Okay, so this is the value width I have entered here 8. So 8 characters will be reserved. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 character space is reserved. And now you pass the width here. So it will be replaced the asterisk with its value. Its value is 8. So it is reserved. And now you're printing the value of num. Num has 90. And we have 2 characters and rest of the things will be considered as a space. Okay. Very interesting fact about the printer. Let's see what remaining. Yes, we have covered this is as well. You can earlier output, if you see, remember what it will do, it print the spaces before the number. Okay, this is equivalent to percentage 4t, and you are printing 5. Okay, now suppose that you want to keep the spaces, okay, but you want to shift the number to the towards left. Okay, towards left, you want to shift towards left. So what you can do, instead of passing a width value as a positive, you can pass a negative width value. Okay, this is called negative width value. You can do as a negative width value. How to do that negative width value? See how I am doing the negative width value. Go to the console, remove the marker. Now see, if I run this code, instead of positive number, I am entering -8. Previously I have entered 8. Now see the output. Previously 90 is shifted towards right. Okay, and space has been put in front of it. Now it is not visible space here. I cannot print the space. So how it is working? It's given the space at the back. Okay. So what is the value of width you have entered? -8. Okay. So let's reserve the 8 characters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1 more, 8. Okay. So now what value you have entered? -8. So -8 means my number will be printed from this side first. Earlier my number is printed from right hand side, correct? Now it will be printed towards the left hand side. So how many digits we have, or how many characters we have in the number? 2. So 90 will be placed. Remaining will be there, will be considered as space. How can you identify the remaining is spaces are there, even though I'm using negative number? Let's print something after that, so we'll get there is a space on. Okay, so now let's print something after this second printf statement. Printf. Let's print the number num here to just check that after this second printf there is a space is also there. Run. Enter a number -8. Now see where is 90 is printed. I did not use any \t for horizontal tab as an escape sequence, but still there is a space. Why? As I told, because see the value that you have entered, it is negative. Okay, it is what? It is negative value. So first of all, it reserved 8 characters for you. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay. Then you are printing this num. So now what is the value of num? 90. So it will shift it to the left side. Okay. Then how many space? 6 space are there. And then again you are printing num through the second printer. So num will be printed. This is how can I done? Width can be negative as so the negative. Okay. Let's see what left in printer. We have covered this. Yeah, plus sign is also going to be considered. Okay. See how to print a plus sign. Correct. So see, we can print the negative number. Correct. Absolutely correct. No, we can print the negative number. Because simply if we write this printf %d and write -20, it will print -20. No problem. But suppose I want to print this printf %d, I want +3. Plus should be printed. So let's try that it's going to print the plus or not. Let's try in the printf. So let's remove it. Yeah. So now let's delete everything. You need to watch this lecture many times to come to the conclusion of printf, to know everything about the printf in detail. So I want to print the 90 as a positive number. So let's try this. Okay, run. 90, where is the plus sign? But suppose if there is a variable, suppose num2 with a negative number, there is no issue. It is printing the negative number. Let me show you %d. And now I want to print num2. Okay, now run. See, I get printed the negative value, negative sign over here, minus sign. You might thought, sir, you are using a variable name here. That's why negative sign is there. No. So let's use directly -90. Run. Now see, negative sign is there. Okay, minus sign is there. Then how to print the plus sign? Instead of put the plus sign here, can I put plus sign over here? Now run. Now see, my plus sign get printed. Very interesting. To print a plus sign being a positive number, I need to put the plus sign with %d. But to print a negative sign being a negative number, I no need to put the minus sign with %d. It can be directly print the negative sign. Beauty of printf. Okay, let's see what left. Okay, so look at the second one here. Earlier we have tried how to print only the decimal point. We did not get the correct output. So earlier I have tried with this. Say I have given the width as 4, and I have given only the decimal point, and I write %. So I found that it prints only the integer part of the number. Integer part of the number. It doesn't print the decimal point. So you can follow this format to print the decimal point as well. So let me show you this. Print the decimal point. Okay, couple of we have earlier written many examples with printf. Okay, so let me just come up with this. Okay, yes, here it is. We have the many floating point number. So here it is. I try to print this decimal point, but here it is failed. So correct way to do that, do not use any width over here. You want to print that decimal point. Okay, fine. Place a value for the precision 0 as well. Now see the fourth output. Okay, so GDB compiler is not support either this way or either that way also. Okay, we can try with dev C++. Okay, online compiler is not going to print that decimal point. Okay, you can try with other compilers. So let me show you here. I'm opening the dev C++ compiler. Let me share the screen again. Okay, I hope my dev C++, yeah, here is the dev C++ screen. So now see, I'm just going to take the same example from the online GDB compiler, Control C, let's put it here, save this. We want to check with the precision value. Select the source file as C and save this. Now run this code. Okay. Here also we are not getting this decimal point as well. But although that book tells us that, okay, if we use, okay, if we write something like, okay, see, we have missed something. The decimal point should come after the F. Okay, look at carefully. Let me erase. Yeah, decimal point should come after the F. Okay, so let's try here also. Yes, I want to print the number and the decimal point only. And after the precision, I don't want anything. Now let's try. Now let's see the fourth output. Yes, now we get the decimal point exactly. So that means here this decimal point going to print only as a character. It doesn't belongs to that format specifier. Okay, see the decimal point I have shifted after F. Okay, so let's see what left we have in the printf. Further. Okay, we have done. Yes, one more example is left. Now suppose that zero filling. What is this concept of zero filling? Earlier we were printing the, if I see, look at this example. If you look at this one, this is earlier are using only 5 as width. Okay, we are writing percentage 5D, or suppose we can write percentage 2D. Now, whenever we decide the size of the width and we are passing number of characters that we're going to print is less than width, it's filled with the spaces. So instead of spaces, you can fill with them 0. See the output. You can fill with 0. Filled with 0. So now let's try this. Very interesting fact here. So let me use an integer number. Integer num equal to 9. Okay. Now I want printf percentage 5D. You can, I'm using 5D as a width, 5 as a width. You can use any number, positive number, negative number as well. 6D, comma, num. Fine. Now this is very familiar to us. So at first 5 spaces will be there, and then 9 get printed. Now let's see another thing. What is the meaning of zero filling? Percentage 06D. Okay, percentage is missing. And then use a \n and then num. So what it will do? It will simply, what it will do? It will replace the spaces with 0. See the output. Replace the space, empty spaces. Earlier it is space, now it is filled with 0. We cannot use any other character in place of space 0. Okay, so this style we can use to print any in a date format. Okay, suppose we had 3 variables. You have taken input from the user, dd. So let's have a value here, dd. Sorry, yeah, y. ER is always in 4 digits. Now see, if I print in general, printf percentage d, okay, front slash percentage d front slash percentage d, and if I use here dd yy, it will print me 1/1/1990. Okay, 1/1/1990. But normally, when a software or when you fill the document, they left two spaces for the DD, two spaces for the MM. Why? The maximum day is 31, maximum month is 12, contains two digits. So how can I fill the remaining space with zero here? So you can use here zero filling concept. Okay, set the width is 2 because there never be more than two digits. And if anything left, it will be filled with 0. Set the width as 2. Okay, it will be 0 if anything's left. And here is always 4, so you can keep it 4. Now run. Now see, exact date it get printed 01/01/1990. Now suppose you might thought if I place 12 here, run. So no 0, I get the correct number. If you pass 10 here, no 0, 10 month October is okay. So this is the pretty interesting fact with the printf. You can try more. Watch this video many times and note down the facts. Okay. Thank you very much. If you have any query, you can make the query as a comment.